and would hope that you would consider all of that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We have about 20 minutes, so please do.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, Kate Cholewa, C-H-O-L-E-W-A, for the Alliance for Cannabis Science. We came here with the objective of supporting legislation that would produce a quality-driven consolidation model in this particular area. First, I just want to say about Senate Bill 423, although there's many what I would call minor provisions in it that we like very much, we think the overall model does not work, in particular the couriers as a replacement for dispensing centers. We think that's unsafe. We think it could just be unworkable. We think there's a little bit much interference between a doctor-patient relationship, and we worry that the required nonprofit model just encourages, people being fake, trying like Blue Cross Blue Shield, they make plenty of money even though they're a nonprofit, that kind of thing. And do we really need that kind of thing in this business? We think citizens wanted regulation, but this legislature has chosen not to regulate, and that's not something I'm making up. It's what legislators have said. We don't want to regulate it because then it becomes legitimate. But I thought we wanted to clear illegitimate elements out, and if we did that, then it would be legit. But if your objective is to keep it from being legit, well, it's going to end up not legit, So I think if it's funky 2 years from now, when we, do a model like this, we could say success, because it just didn't get legitimized. With the substitute bill from Representative Smith, some of this the old 423 does, as well as the new amendments. We do think it'll drive out those businesses that we're turning into professional operations with accountants and building plans and standards and lawyers, and yeah, they're gone. Successful with that. If people do continue to grow for patients, then I do think with the amendments, Smith amendments, it'll increase the number of locations. Say you have 20,000 patients, you now have about 6,300 people growing, peppering our communities. Subject to black market leaks. You will definitely drive out the labs and the sophisticated manufacturers creating patentable products, non-smokables. You'll drive out those professionals, the chemists, the PhDs. We'll also eliminate $100 million a year, which is the actual number, research has shown, that's been generated by this. You all have been clear. These livelihoods are not your concern. I understand, but this money turns over in communities 7 times. We know that. We're dumping $700 million out of our economy. I think we're going to notice. I don't know how, but I can't imagine we won't.
Please summarize. We have a lot of people who want to speak now.
I think I'll be another minute. Okay. I think the bills do not raise knowledge in cannabis medicine by our referring physicians. We were hoping to see that. It does not drive production standards such as organics and energy efficient standards. In 2 or 4 or 6 years, if we pass something like this and things change, Montana won't be ready. Arizona just started. They've got Walgreen type dispensing models down there because what's going on out there is big and organized. And Montanans got in early in terms of the legislation, which means we've been able to build expertise. We've been able to build good things. You wipe the best out, 2 or 4 years, the national people come in, and that $100 million is not only not being created here, it's being exported to these other national companies who are going to come in. They're doing it in other states. They get to turn over that dollar 7 times in their communities. Representative Noonan has introduced the only comprehensive systemic regulations that do what the voters wanted, which was dump the bad, grow the good, and make this thing work.
Thank you, ma'am.